Welcome back to the boat! After arriving here on Orcas Island, Lori decided she did not want to cook, and so we had to get our dinghy down to take us to shore for dinner. And actually, this was the first time we had gotten the outboard down by ourselves since training. Due to difficulty, I did a poor job of filming, but essentially, Lori lowered it down, using the dinghy davit lines to lower the motor onto the transom or back of our small dinghy. And then we went to shore. Since we had had a long day, we got food to go and brought it back to the boat. Rosario sure was beautiful. They even gave us to-go cocktails. I was still getting used to driving the dinghy, if you couldn't tell from the intense focus on my face. I had previously had trouble with shifting the gears on the way to the dock, as I didn't realize it had to be all the way down to 0 speed to do so. You know how to do it now! We felt so lucky to be here. Happy to have finally figured it out. I got a little too cocky.
I was not ready for that.
Luckily, Lori stayed on the boat. It was a beautiful evening, and the quietness of the mooring field was mesmerizing. Unfortunately, our older dog, Ella, had been feeling kind of down, and so due to her age and a couple of other health factors, we decided to book an appointment for all of the dogs to go to the vet. Which meant we would be having a restful evening, but an early morning to try to get them checked out. At least the view was worth it. And even though Ella couldn't really see, she knew it was a good one. The next morning, we recapped events.
Where are we? Rosario?
And headed out.
Is that because of your battle scars?
I don't know, can you see them? Yeah.
It's like a little bright, but yeah, you can see.
And here.
Oh my god.
And here. And here.
What'd you do?
I had a fight with the mooring ball.
And who won?
Eventually, we did.
They're nervous about their first time on the dinghy. Shh, it's okay. Sit.
Too worried about the pups to film, we carefully made it to the dock. We actually later got yelled at for this, but apparently you're not supposed to lock your dinghy up. Call us crazy if we don't want to lose several grand. Lori was the first to exit to receive the dogs.
Probably stuff on the tire. That was great.
Mabel was in a hurry to get out.
Come on, baby.
Then Malcolm. We decided to put Ella in a little carrier so she would be safe. Ta-da! Surprisingly, the vets on mainland were way more booked up than the sole vet here on Orcas Island. They were able to give us medicine for Ella's UTI to make her feel better. Thank you! Before you knew it, the taxi got us back to Rosario. After another long day, we decided to have dinner at the mansion. Were we treating ourselves? Yes. Did we work really hard to get to this point? Absolutely. If you'd like to learn more about this awesome mansion and its historical roots, check out our episode 12. I'm glad we did dinner because we've since learned that it's now in new ownership and under renovation.
Lemur.
Fingers crossed they don't change too much. As for dinner, we started with a beet, goat cheese, and walnut salad, and I had a Cabernet while Lori had a San Juan margarita. I got the salmon, and Lori got the New York strip, though we ended up switching anyways, and the potatoes were the best part. Cognizant of our Pacific journey ahead, we planned a few restful days here before our departure, starting with lots of time by the pool. One of the best parts being we could keep an eye on the boat. And maybe we spent way too much of our money here. But we're just human, and life is short. And over the next few days, we got to know the bartender really well. Between the drinks and the food, we were definitely enjoying ourselves. Not to mention the entertainment of ongoing seaplanes. Neither of us had ever experienced anything quite like this place. So we soaked it all in. The next day we decided we would get away from the resort without the dogs and take the dinghy to East Sound. Because of the distance, about an hour dinghy ride, we decided it would be best if they just stayed at the boat.
Dinghy ride to East Sound.
Could we have taken a taxi? Yes. Is this way cooler? Duh.
I'm not sure if I got you in the room or not. Was it really close? I don't know.
We had a long ride ahead to entertain ourselves. Lucky for Lori, I was an expert at random songwriting. Lucky for you all, we arrived shortly after.
The dinghy dock is so full.
I love that other Hatfield though. It's beautiful.
A very quaint downtown. You may have heard of Orcas as former home to Oprah, or a location for many films like Blue on Netflix. But did you know this was once all primarily indigenous land belonging to the Salish tribes like the Lummi? In addition to the wildlife and the permanent 5,000 residents, Orcas Island receives about 650,000 visitors annually. Most by water, but some by air. So Lori and I made our way over to the airport to catch a glimpse of some planes taking off. And we caught one landing. On our way back to town, we found some blackberries.
First time foragers. Is it a blackberry? Or is it death? We're gonna find out. I love you. Tastes like a blackberry. I hope it is.
It's good. Definitely blackberry. Very good.
So we just ate some blackberries because the man was randomly eating them and sounded like a good idea. And then we came to this sign that says public cat. So we're hoping that it's what it's supposed to be, because if you look, it's like leading us into the forest. Here we go.
Lucky for us, the path led straight back to town. We stopped inside West Side Kitchen for some food, happily surprised to find they had a great selection. Pulled pork for me and a salad for Lori, as well as adult beverages to inspire our ride back in the dinghy. Unfortunately, it was time to return if we wanted to make it back before sunset. And rookie mistake, we hadn't accounted for the flood tide, which translated to a little bit stronger of waves hitting the bow of our dinghy on the way back. The wake from others didn't help. To top it off, the wind had increased also. We were still learning to stay on top of the weather. Things sure felt different in a small dinghy than a 42-foot sailboat, but we had to keep going. Would we make it back to our sailboat unscathed?
Yeah.
Find out next time. Thanks for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed, and check out the link to our coffee in the description to further support.